Count it down. Hello? Hello, Alexis? Hello? Are we live?
Hello, we are live.
Okay, everyone, hello. I'm sorry we're a bit late. Welcome to the Super Bubbl Ski Community info session. It's been long awaited, us launching this, or at least launching this part of the ski community. So I hope that we have a lot of friendly faces. We will record this. And we will be able to share it. And we'll also be running kind of multiple info sessions as well throughout the season. So I just wanted to personally welcome everyone. My name is Hayley Meladonis. I'm the CEO and founder of Bubbl. I'm really excited to share this community and make this this is a historic moment. And so what I wanted to do is establish expectations. So we're going to go for about 30 minutes with maybe some questions and answers at the end. And the goal of this is so at the end of the presentation, you'll be able to join, list, and start traveling on Bubbl. So we're going to go through a few things. Oh, there was a photo showing here, but it's obviously not showing. The table of contents are, we're going to show you who Bubbl are, I'll tell you a little bit about the Super Bubbl Ski Community, how it works, how to create your Bubbl listing and guest fee, how to book a stay, and we're going to tell you about our Bubbl referral program. So starting with Bubbl. So genesis for Bubbl was inspired by my work. I accidentally started running ski leases. Many of you skiers here would know what they are from your mountain, but we have them in Tahoe. And this is a picture of me with my ski group one year, and my husband there, Drew, who I met in a Bubbl, but not a winter Bubbl. I met him in a summer Bubbl. And you know, I ran these things for ages, and what I realized was that there's a whole lot of people, whether they were singles, couples, who were joining these houses to find community for various different reasons, and these are people that could afford hotels, but they were enjoying this communal meet other people experience. It was also quite difficult to organize, and so that's why I decided to look further afield and build this as a platform. This is a video. It encompasses what we're about. That's got a bit of buzz to it, doesn't it? I like that music every time I hear it. So as you can see, Bubbl is a platform that's actually beyond what we're going to be launching today, which is the Super Bubbl Ski Community. But I wanted to share, you know, the ethos of what Bubbl's about. So it's not about home swapping, although you can use it to home swap. It's really about sharing an experience, booking a room and leaving with new friends. And it's booking a room with people like you. And the big difference between this and I think some platforms like Couchsurfing and like, I guess, Airbnb, particularly Airbnbs, that platform is really built for people to rent their house. It's very transactional. So you're renting from a property owner, you're tiptoeing through a property owner's house. In Bubbl, you don't have to be a property owner to participate in our program at all. You can just be someone who has access to a property. And I'm going to sort of share that with you in a minute, how we're going to do that. So anyway, we are the co-living platform to find, book, and run shared accommodation stays for these powerful networking experiences. I found that people were like doing business deals, making lifelong friends, meeting their other significant other half. And I felt that there was something really powerful to this idea of staying together and sharing together. So with that in mind, just to show you what kind of the platform does at a high level, it has two sides to it. It has these things called leaders. It's a marketplace, and travelers. And leaders are people who would be you guys if you're putting on here and you're listing a room to share. But it could be a retreat owner, it could be a conference organizer, it could be a brand. And what we've done is stitch together the tools. You could be a ski lease owner, of course, and I hope many of you will continue to use us to run your ski lease next year. What we do is we provide 66% time saving and the incentive to run it if you want to, you know, upcharge, earn some money from it. So we've got the Bubbl Info Hub, which is the listing. We've got the screening and recruiting screens. We've got the invites, the payments, the smart group scheduling, and profiles. For the travelers, what we're building and what we've built is a tool that shows them what's going on so they have clarity. So at any one time, they can know what the Wi-Fi code is. They can know what the address of the property is. They can know when the cleaner's coming. They can know what room they've got. The other thing is trust. And the other thing is be stitched together of like 8 tools I was already using to run my ski houses. And one of those big ones was native chat. And native chat that's native inside here and not lost along, lost in all of the WhatsApp BS that you get when I have like literally 10,000 people sending me messages on WhatsApp every day. So it's nice that it's compartmentalized into our product. I wanted to, this is not showing, Alexis. Okay, I wanted to share our community values. And for some reason, Canva is not playing ball here. So I hope that doesn't happen for all our slides, Alexis. So I pasted in here a picture from our About Us page. What the heck? I'm going to take you to the About Us page so you can see it for yourself. Here are our company values. Might as well just show it live. So I think it's important to show you like what we're building about. So we're building about the fact that life is better shared. We want to bring people together who are socially responsible travelers. And, very much this Super Bubbl Ski Community is to share our vision, which is where people can effortlessly discover and share immersive experiences with others all around the world. And we've got 5 values here. And I want to just quickly run through them because I think they're important because they're at the essence of what we're building with this community. So the first one is serendipity. Who might you meet in the bubble? What deals might get done? Who might you end up with? Where might it lead you? I think that's really important. I've already got 2 people on my team that I met in a bubble. The second thing is integrity and inclusion. Everyone is welcome. I think it's pretty obvious with respect, and we show up with integrity. I think that's a very important value, obviously. Responsibility and valued contribution. So if someone's putting some value into it, like your leader, then they should be rewarded and you should value their contribution. If someone in the house is giving other people rides all the time, that's equally contribution. If someone's cleaning up all the time, if someone's just a happy face, everyone has something that they can contribute, and equally everyone has responsibilities to make it work. The next one is infinite possibilities. We think at Bubbl, travel it should be limitless. That's why on our logo, we have this infinite sort of sign, this cool thing in our bees, because we think you should be thinking big about where you want to go and what you want to do. And so when I show you in a second our Bubbl map, I think you'll see there's going to be many places you'll be able to travel on Bubbl. And the last thing is fun, super important. I used to work for Virgin. Virgin built a very serious business, a multi-billion-dollar business on fun. We're doing the same thing. It's very important that people understand that work and play, both are important and both should be fun. And so that's what we're building with Bubbl. And this is just a little picture of me and my husband. We met in a bubble, and this is how we started. And one other thing I think we put down here is our commitment to sustainability. So Bubbl is, we believe, ultimately going to become an interesting play in sustainability, because by staying together, you're actually, grouping resources, sharing rides, fewer hotel rooms, etc., meaning a lighter footprint. So I just wanted to share that too. Alexis, maybe what you could do is, in case some of the other slides don't work, you could download this as a PDF for me, and I might have to present that next. Okay, so why join the Super Bubbl Ski Community? The main thing is so you could travel the world and meet new ski friends and make these serendipitous connections and get the local feel for the resort. So the idea about going to someone's ski town and hanging out in their house is that they might show you the runs. They might show you the local watering hole. They might show you, where you can get the best food. Traveling for the price of a guest fee. We'll talk about guest fee in a minute, but the idea is that it's the whole point of this thing is everyone's contributing, so it's kind of affordable travel. And the leader gets to set the price of the guest fee, but the guest fee is this concept that came from ski leases, where if you're a member and you bring a guest, it's like a nominal amount that equates to what their use of the utilities is, the space they're taking up in the house temporarily, and the convenience factor for if you have to do laundry for them or something like that. And the interesting thing, other reason why you should join our community is because of the safety first. So we place safety very, very highly. I spent time working at Uber learning all about this. So we ID verify our members. We offer secure payments, user profiles. We encourage all of you to fill out your user profile correctly so that you will get the most out of the most people accepting your request to stay with them. Ratings, and then built-in trip coordination. And if you've got questions, by the way, please put them in the chat. And Alexis, because I can't see what are people asking, can you just tell me if there's something people are asking? So how the Super Bubbl Ski Community works. So first thing I want everyone to think about is, where in the world do you want to ski? I personally, I'm from Australia. You can probably all tell we don't have that much good snow down there. So what do Australians do? We travel everywhere else in the world to go ski. And because we got to get in a plane for at least 10 hours to ski, I think the closest, New Zealand for us is the closest, and then Japan after that. But Japan wasn't discovered till recently, although I did it in 95. That's when I did Japan. I did a season there. But the thing is that, like, so from Australia, you got to go anywhere on a plane. And once you get 10 hours, well, why not go 24? So I've, as a result, skied all over the world. I've lived in the French Alps. I've lived in the Japanese Alps. And I've literally skied all of these countries. I've actually even skied Antarctica. I'm not putting that on here. I don't think we're going to have any listings in Antarctica, but I have skied there. It was fantastic amongst the penguins. But you know what we're trying to do with our Bubbl Ski Community, and I could have put an icon and an epic pass here, but I didn't want to, because it doesn't matter whether you're icon, you're epic. It doesn't matter whether you're a small resort like Sundance, for example. We want you to be able to list and ski anywhere in the world for the price of a guest fee. And if we all participate and share this and make this a big community and make it work, then we will all be able to. So my team will be actively outreaching and getting listings all over the world, including some of the key places that are on the Icon Pass and the Epic. For example, Verbier is on there, I think. We also have Chamonix, just to name two very big examples. I've skied at a lot of these resorts. Like, I think I've skied at 150 resorts maybe. And then on top of that, I run a heli ski travel company. We will probably fold in some of the heli ski opportunities. We'll be running trips and things based on the fact I ran a heli ski business called totalheliski.com for, well, to date, I think I've been running it since, I guess it's 15 years now almost, where I run and lead heli ski trips and help people with heli ski trips, which is bucket list stuff. So to say this is built by skiers, for skiers and boarders is an understatement. So I want you all to think big. Anyway, so how do you use Bubbl? The first thing you do is you sign up and you complete your user profile. The second thing is it's open to anyone with access to a ski property in year one in a ski town. And that means you have to have one room or more to rent. Now, that could be your room if you want to go swap with them somewhere. We allow that. But it could be one or more rooms. So you could be an owner. You could run a ski lease or be in a ski lease. And you could be a renter. And we don't care which one you are, because all you're doing is opening up your property to a guest. You don't need to be a property owner, but you need to be in a bubble to use the network. And I think that's the really important part here. In order for us to be team players and get this up and going, we need listings. So to get listings, what we're asking you to do, if you have a property to list, you list it. And if you have an offer, so if you have a room to offer to the community, you list it on Bubbl by creating a Bubbl listing. And there was an image here of create a Bubbl listing, which is look like it's not showing. Alexis, can you please download the PDF and put it in Slack? Because I think I might use the PDF. Are you there? Hello? Hopefully he's doing that. Alexis? Hello? Okay, maybe.
Hello.
Yeah.
I joined for a second. Yes, I'm going to present, so just let me know when to move slides, and that's it.
Oh, well, let's do it now then. Can you present, and then I'm going to have to tell you next slide. Can you do that?
I am presenting right now.
Oh, are you? Okay, good. Sorry. Okay, so I'll have to go into yours. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for doing that. It looks like we're having a problem with Canva. Okay, so create a Bubbl. On the top right-hand corner of the website, you can see the create a Bubbl. If you don't have a room to offer, that's fine. That's easy. But you need to find someone who does. And once you've found someone who does, who's interested to put their property in and participate and be a user, then you have them create a listing. And then all you have to do is join their Bubbl. And we're going to show you how to join their Bubbl. So you're saying I can join any other? Yes. Yes. Well, the benefit to the house of the homeowner is that they can travel on Bubbl as well. So they can use the Bubbl Ski Community. They can also make money. They can make, $60, $80, $100 here and there if they want to, and they can meet new people. So that's the benefit for them. Next slide. I'm going to show you how to create a Bubbl in a second. Next slide. Yeah. Okay, so here's the example of our user profile. All we ask that you do, can you make that bigger? I guess you can't. All we ask that you do, it shows all my historic Bubbls, is that you, and we can see whether you're in a Bubbl. So that's how, we can see it. Other people can see that you're in a Bubbl. It's very important that you're part of our community. If you could go to the left a bit, fill it out, and you'll see ID verification right there. You won't be able to book a stay without verifying your ID for any of these properties. So it's a simple face selfie thing. We use real names on Bubbl. You don't have to put your last name, but you do need to put your first name. And we encourage you to put your about you and your social links and anything else that'll make someone trust you. Next slide. Okay, creating your bubble listing. So we have 5 easy steps. And if you get those general accommodation, as you can see, pricing, questionnaire, and bulletin board, you don't need to fill out a lot for all of them. So I'm going to show you what you need to do. Next slide. So when you select create a bubble, it's going to say detailed or basic. You need to create detailed because you're actually listing a proper property. Next slide. When you list it, you're going to be going through the 5 stages. I haven't done a step-by-step because it's pretty obvious. Anyone who's ever done a listing on, a marketplace listing on Facebook or an Airbnb listing has probably used similar sort of flow as you go through. But I do want to address the guest fee. So the price of a guest fee, and by the way, sorry, when we do the bubble listing, we have 3 parts: the people, the experience, and the stay. That's the definition of a bubble. Okay, so you don't have to put something in all the fields, but people, you might want to put something about the sort of people you'd like to attract. You can even select, the type of people it's suitable for. If it's suitable for people between 30 and 45, you can put that. So you do put in what type of people would be suitable to come to your place. The experience would be like, come and enjoy the amazing experience at Steamboat, blah, blah, blah. I can show you this, this, and this. And then the stay is where you add your bed. So here, what you're going to be doing is adding, so I'm just showing you a view here. This is to show you what it looks like when it's complete. You can see there where it says, if you scroll in, guest fee, and you can see it says $65. This person is charging $65 as a guest fee. And what's interesting about this is you can't click that button and book it. If you want to stay at this person at Haley's house, you have to press the show interest button. Don't do it yet, Alexis, because it doesn't work. And that will open up the questionnaire and you can screen them. So this is what it looks like from the listing view. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Yeah. Okay, how to add a guest fee. So I did want to, can you zoom in? Yeah, thanks. So it's really simple. Under add a bed, you click the word add bed, and it will open up this box on the right. And on the right, it will just ask you to put in what is the item. So you'll put the item saying guest fee per person per night or whatever it is. Okay, you can put a description of it. You can say this is a queen room, or if it's a different room, or if it's a shared bathroom, you can just put all that info in there. And then you can put the price. And then I would put the quantity at something like 10. That just means that when you approve someone, there'll always be availability, because you're obviously not going to approve 2 people for the one date. So what you're going to do is, but you want to have enough in there so that you could, you don't have to keep updating the quantity, because that just means that at checkout, if there's no quantity left over, then you're not going to be able to sell the room. So I would probably put something like 10 there, add item, and then boom, it's already in the front of your listing. So if you run a ski house, you might have already priced your ski house, your ski lease thing. But really, under add a bed, add guest fee, that's all you have to put in your listing. Next slide. It's very simple. And then now when, an important thing is that I want to tell you about instant book versus apply to a join. You will not want to do instant book. And part of the reason is we haven't built the calendar piece in yet because we're testing this concept. But later on, we're going to have an intelligent calendar with availability. But what's going to be needed to happen is someone's going to need to email you or apply to join. And in the questionnaire, you're going to ask them, what dates are you looking to join? I don't think we've actually got that in here, but you get to make your own questions up. And you're just going to put what dates are you looking for? And the person will write to you what dates they're looking for. It's pretty basic. So you will never put instant book. You will always put apply to join. And that leads to the next slide. You can also, when you're creating your listing, you can privately behind the paywall. So once they're in the bubble to see this, you can update with your door code, your Wi-Fi password, your check-in, your check-out, your emergency, all those things. So that will be there all at once. So anyone who applies for a guest fee in your house and you accept them and they're in your bubble, they will be able to see this. So you won't have to keep sending this to people again and again and again. Next slide. So once you have created your bubble listing, you just need to do one thing. Once we've accepted it, so you submit it and we accept it, the first thing you need to do is go into this part of your dashboard. This is the leader's dashboard, and you have to select update bubble stage, and you have to turn it from planning to confirmed. And the reason you're doing that is so that when you invite someone, then they're asked to pay right away. So make sure that is in the confirmed stage. So now, how to book a stay. So if you're one of the people, I wanted to show this slide to show, and we can share the slide deck after this, the process. So basically, you're the leader. You've created your bubble listing with your guest fee thing. The traveler is going to be able to see that on the page that is associated with this, and they're going to be able to apply to you. here, apply or message leader, you're going to see the applicants, and then you're going to probably message them. They will have filled out the questionnaire. So you're going to ask them, you might want to just, if you need to ask them anything else, or you might want to just select invite directly, which I'll show you in a second. Once you've invited them from your dashboard, they get an email and they're asked to accept it. And once that happens, they're asked to pay. They're sent one more email with a link to pay for their spot. They pay on our platform, and then they come and stay with you, and then we pay you out. Next slide. I've got some screenshots of this. So as a leader, when you, you will get notified by email. So if someone has sent you a request, you will get, and we're building some cool AI to kind of help this out process too, but you will see immediately, you will get an email, and it'll actually deep link you back to your dashboard. But if not, you can see by going into manage my bubbles, you can edit your listing, and you can, actually we've changed you can edit it, or you can go to your dashboard. Going to your dashboard will take you into your management dashboard to send them an invite. So next slide. This is your dashboard. Everyone has a dashboard. The leader has one. The travelers have one. Can you scroll in a bit? It's a little bit confusing. A little bit, yeah. It's got 3 tabs. The first tab is the Bubbl Hub. And on that hub is, it's really, actually, Alexis, it's, no one can see it. I might be able to find a real one in a second to show you. But basically, the left tab is the Bubbl Hub. It's got the listing details, and it also has the whiteboard, the bulletin board with all, remember the Wi-Fi code and all of that. So the traveler can see that within their bubble. They can see all of those details that they need to see. The middle tab is the Bubbler tab, and which is all about how to invite someone and how to see the other people. And the right-hand tab is the accounting tab. If you can go to the next slide. This is the middle tab, the Bubbler tab. It has 2 views, but basically if you see this little square thing here, you've got a few choices. And I think because we're the admin, we have more, but basically you can invite the person, chat with them, view questionnaire, view their profile, or reject them, or you can just send them an email or chat. You've got like 6 choices of things you can do. If you like them outright, just, send them an invite and then send them a chat as well and say, hey, looking forward to having you come, please go and book. So next slide. And there's some smarts in here telling you what room they've booked, etc. They're going to get an email. Soon when we have the mobile app, they'll get the notification on mobile as well. They must accept their invite, and then they're going to be invited to pay. And that's what they'll see in their dashboard. They'll see accept invite, and they'll also be able to pay as well in their dashboard. Next slide. You can pay by card, crypto, or ACH. If you pay by ACH, you can get a 2% discount. We take an 8% fee for running the entire platform. And we take that. So if the leader wants to charge $65, we're going to charge $65 plus 8% of that. So if the leader puts in 65, we're going to add 8%. And that's for all of the trust and safety and for everything else. The leader dashboard, I think it goes without saying, if you book outside the platform, you'll get kicked off the platform. I think that goes without saying. The leader dashboard is where we show what someone's booked and how much money you're going to make. And this will tally up over the course of the season. So every person that books, you'll be able to see it. It will tally it up. Next slide. And then to pay you out as a leader, all you do is there's a link in here in your dashboard to get paid by Bubbl. Create your link or Stripe Connect account here, and there's a link and you can do it. And it's just it's a basic know your customer. It's important. We have to do it. All, eBay does it. All the different platforms do it. Next slide. We charge the buyer. Yes, we do. We charge the buyer. But technically, yes, we do. And technically that's because we think the seller's doing, a favor, opening up their home, and the buyer's getting a great deal. So that's one of the reasons we charge the buyer. The Bubbl referral program. So I'm actually almost through this, which is good. So now Bubbl's going to be made based on how many people we can get, on the platform. And we do have a referral program. We've got this kind of like $20 referral program that goes. So when you actually go to update your user profile, you will see 2 things. One, I think the first thing you'll see is the thing on the right. It's Bubbles is better with friends. That way you can put 3 friends' emails in. They will get an email, not a text, it's an email, isn't it? And it will say, hey, so-and-so sent you some credits on Bubbl, and it will encourage them to join, and we track it so that they can join. And then if you go to the left-hand side there, Alexis, here you can track. This is where you'll see all the people that you've referred and how much Bubbl credit you've got to use. And that Bubbl credit will be used against your fees. Obviously, when we're paying out a leader, we lose money if we, but it will go against all of your fees. So obviously you can probably pretty much travel fee-free on Bubbl if you want to refer lots of friends and if you want to travel a lot. So So that's the Bubbl platform. Did we show the ski community page? I might just, can I share my screen? Oops, present, share screen. I want to show, a window. Oops, no, I thought it was, sorry, I thought that was the listing. Okay, today we are actively, I just want to show you this page. Most of you have seen this page probably, but this is kind of the homepage for our ski community. And as we get people on board, we're going to be gating this so that you actually need to be in a bubble. So we're actually going to be obviously gating this. And what we're looking for people to do is ASAP, put their listings up. We will know. And like I said, if you don't have a listing, you need to, if we don't have a listing for you yet, you need to create your listing. Now we have Drew on the call. This is Drew here. Drew is actually on this call. He is not only my husband, who I met in a bubble, but he helped me run the ski houses for 8 years. He's actually a contractor. So if any of you have general contracting needs, you can contact Drew. But also he's very personable and he's very helpful. And he is our community manager for the Super Bubbl Ski Community. Having run the houses with me for 8 years and also knowing a lot about properties, he's the perfect person to do this job for us. Sadly, Drew and I are both out for skiing this year. The irony is I had knee surgery, my 8th knee surgery, a few months ago, and Drew's having foot surgery. So neither of us are actually able to be out skiing. So it's highly likely we're going to be on our computer and able to help you with this ski community this year. And I plan to be traveling all of next season on the Super Bubbl Ski Community personally. And we'll probably start traveling on it too, to go to different resorts and to get different resorts involved. We're getting some really cool athletes involved because athletes like to ski too. They like to go ski at other houses. So look out for being able to ski with athletes and other athletes, lots of different resorts. I just wanted to ask, see if there's any questions now. I don't know how many people we've actually got here, but did I stop presenting? Yeah. Any questions? Do we have people interested in setting up their bubble? Do we have anyone on the call? I hope we do. If not, we'll send out the recording. Okay, I think that's it. So when I created this feature, just before we go, I had a lot of people telling me that they wanted to be able to go and ski for the price of a guest fee. And I personally can share a few stories. I have personally basically created a bubble community of my own, and I've been adopted. Okay, so Steve's, I've been adopted. I'll just finish this. I've been adopted. I've gone to Kicking Horse in Golden. I've gone to Val d'Isere. I can Steamboat. I can name so many resorts where I've gone and been adopted. And I've been shown them out and whatever, but I never had accommodation. And, it was always a bit disjointed and it was the luck of the draw. I got there, did I meet someone in a bar? You know what I mean? It was never as formalized as this. So to answer your question, to be a traveler, you don't need to, so Steve, you don't need to have a listing, but you need to, I forgot to actually explain that bit. You need to refer someone that that does want to join the program, that will have a listing, and then you join their bubble. And how you join their bubble is you apply to join, you go into that apply to join button, and you will just be in their bubble, but you don't have to buy a bubble, if that makes sense. Okay. So they can invite you, but you don't have to pay. You just go into their bubble and you'll be in their dashboard. And actually that's a good point. I do want to show you, once you're in a bubble, you are in the dashboard, okay, as a traveler. So if I go to we just did one the other day here. And if I go to this is a traveler dashboard, a user dashboard, then you can see that you'll be in there as well. And once you're in their bubble, you're fine. You're able to use the whole program. So in this case, I was in that bubble. I didn't actually pay for that seat, but I rarely pay on bubble, of course. But the idea is that you'll be in their bubble. So the reason we're doing that in year one is because we need everyone to have skin in the game. We need everyone to make this community for us as big as possible, as quickly as possible. So if we just let all travelers in, we might end up not having any properties. So we really want people to find other people. And, from the point of view of the homeowner, there is a lot of benefits because they can go travel. Now, no one's asked this yet, but I'm going to tell you, do I get to pick who's in the bubble? Of course. That's why we have an application process. That's why we have a questionnaire process. That's why we have user profiles. You do not have to take a person into the bubble if you don't want to. We will be tracking who does, who doesn't. We will start looking at that. We know there's other platforms like Kindred where you're doing house swapping and you have a certain number of credits. We're not going to go to market with any of that yet. We're just going to monitor and see, because generally speaking, I think what we know is that, skiers appreciate this. Oh, how close do the properties have to be to a ski resort? I don't think so. I think that's a great question. And honestly, for example, I'm telling people in Reno, put your property up. Because Reno's a cool town. I think you could be within an hour of a ski resort, I think would be fair to say. I think Copper Mountain has those towns around it. It doesn't definitely have to be in a ski town. What I would say is if your place is in a ski town, you'll probably charge a little bit more for your guest fee than someone who's not in a ski town. Like for example, Olympic Valley, which is Squaw Valley, Palisades it's called now. They might charge a little bit more because they're closer to the lifts and you can even catch a free shuttle than someone in Truckee. But at the end of the day, everything is valued. And, some people might prefer staying in Truckee because there's nightlife in Truckee and there's no life in Olympic Valley anymore, in case no one knows that, but there's not. So, yeah, that's a great question. Any other questions? Please keep the questions coming. I'm super excited for where this could go because, I'm just telling everyone, I traveled for 15 years all around the world, skiing and ski resorts. And the amount of people, really what made it was when I met locals, they took me skiing. So if I'd had Bubbl back then, I would have been like a power user. Yes, you can. You can. And what you'll do for that, Steve, is you'll put your Airbnb on there. I mean, ideally, it'd be great if you were there, if someone was there to go ski with a person, but if you want to do that, you can. And what you would do is you can't list. This is a great question. What you need to do is list it for 6 months. So put it from December till May, make your bubble that long, and they will apply to you and you're going to have to tell them availability. We don't have the smart calendar built yet. If this takes off, it's the first thing we'll build. So we can integrate that into some of the other calendars. But when this takes off, because I'm very excited, if we can get this going in skiing, then we'll also build some of the other verticals I've already thought about. Any other questions? And by the way, you might even, once you've done your Bubbl listing, feel free to share it with, how you get your affiliate code? Okay, back to the, the user profile that had your code. I meant to say that QR code also is a link. Feel free to share, although that link doesn't take you to your property, but feel free to share that on any of the groups you found, because if you do, you will get referrals. So that referral code, email it to wherever you want, post it wherever, you'll get $20 credit every single time. Any other questions? Oh, and by the way, sorry, I should say, I think I did. Where did I put, if you guys want to make time with Drew, can you put your link to make a calendar invite with you in your, I think we'll send out an email after this. If you need help with setting up your Bubbl, Drew is happy to help you. And can someone post Drew's calendar booking thing there in there? Drew, do you know what it is? Alexis, you can do it maybe. Drew has a calendar booking thing. And you can find time in his calendar and book a time with him if you want help. But really, all the listing is like, okay, the house name, the Bubbl name, where it is, the time frame, which is 6 months, and the photos and who you are, your bio. I mean, by the way, the leader thing on the right-hand side of the listing, they take that straight from the user profile. So if your user profile is empty, your leader thing will be empty. So we've got emails that go out to share that with you about that. Yeah, how do you decide how much to charge? Is there a guideline? Well, yes. Okay. So that's a really good question. In general, the way we've seen like these fees, they're generally less than $100 unless your house is absolutely dope. That would be my advice. So in the ski lease world, I can tell you in Squaw Valley on a Saturday night, and you feel free to charge a different, you can even do 2 guest fees, a Saturday night price. You can actually add different guest fee prices if you want. But you could do like a midweek price. Maybe it's $30, $40, maybe it's 50, maybe it depends on where it is. And people will start, you'll start to see other people what they charge, but anywhere between, I think if you're in a ski town, that's like an hour from the place, anywhere under $50 a night. And in a ski town that's, close in with a private room, you know what I mean? It would be probably $100. And if it's somewhere like Aspen and it's a beautiful place, it might be $200. Someone could even charge $250. But at the end of the day, the principle is that this is not necessarily a way to make money. This is a way for you to participate in traveling where you want to go. So it's very much, I want everyone who lists on this thing, I mean, yes, make money, but I want you to be thinking about where you want to travel, because I ultimately created it so that all of you can go and travel the world like I did. So, I mean, I guess that's the guideline, Midlev. So Drew, can someone post Drew in the chat? Alexis, can you post Drew's link? So this is where the guest fee is probably needs to reflect like the cleaning. It's designed for people who kind of like in the house and they're just cleaning the bedroom and the bathroom. That's a really good point. I mean, the way we do the guest fee is more like what's the inconvenience of them leaving. So again, like the point of this is not like necessarily a money-making exercise. It's more like, okay, how much hassle was it to put their sheets and towels in the wash? Knowing that I'm going to, and in a ski lease, normally the member puts their stuff in the wash. You might want to say to them, bring your own sheets. If you really want to like save on cleaning, you're more than welcome to say, please bring your own sheets if you want them to do that. I mean, if traveling, so maybe it's not as relevant, but, or if you want to charge a small cleaning fee, I think that would be fine as well. Or you might want to say this includes, cleaning. I think at the end of the day, if they're using the house with other people in the house, they're not really using more of the cleaning, if that makes sense. Posted you on the private chat. Oh, it's in the public chat. Oh, I didn't see all these questions. So I was in the wrong one. Yes. Okay, got it. Drew's calendar's on there. Yeah. So, I mean, try and think of it about, okay, is there a time when, other people will be up there? In terms of people using it as an Airbnb, if you put it up there and it's, more expensive, I just don't know if people are going to book it. They might not. I mean, the principle of this whole thing is just keep it reasonable. And, I think what we want at the start is people to really feel like they're getting a great deal, but more importantly, they're able to travel and make friends. Now, if you're the person attending, I actually think, and I mean, this is like what I used to do. I mean, it might be nice you take them out for a meal to thank them. If someone's going to show you their resort, if someone's going to take you for, pay for their beers, you know what I mean? Like this is all about kind of creating friendships. If someone takes you on a gnarly run that you would never have done, we did this with some guys in Steamboat. We took them out for beers afterwards because it was really great. They literally showed us some stashes that we would never have seen, if that makes sense. And if you know other people who want to list their properties, like I say, we're looking for properties all over the place. No place, even Alaska. If we hire a cleaner, would the cleaner be paid through? No, you would hire the cleaner, you would pay the cleaner themselves, and you would collect that fee through the guest fees. So we would pay you, you would pay the cleaner. Any other questions? These are great questions. So thank you for these questions. I think that's it. We are going to send a recording out. We're going to be doing these every couple of weeks, maybe even every week. As we get set up, we want to get as many properties as we can on as quickly as possible. So I do encourage you to get your property on as soon as possible. I think if there's no more questions, that's it. I think we'll stop there, Alexis. Are we still going? No, we're live.